This video will walk through uh, Stoneapp and the QuickBooks sync process with desktop version of QuickBooks. So here you're looking at the income tracker of Stoneapp where you're seeing quotes that do not have a deposit collected at this time. So that's a listing of the quotes where no deposit transaction has been completed. So as we navigate into that project, we're going to process a deposit payment. And through Stoneapp, we're recording the details of how that payment was received for that deposit. And then we'll process using the QuickBooks Sync functionality. You'll see that the QuickBooks medallion is red in color because we have not yet completed the sync with QuickBooks. So to do that, we're going to go into QuickBooks and we're going to select File, and we use the web connector to process that sync function. You'll see here that there's two batches showing here, but normally, unless you have multiple locations, you're just going to see the one batch. You'll check the box that's done here and then select to update the selected item there. So on the left side, we can see where that payment, that deposit payment for John Doe has been processed in QuickBooks. And now you'll notice that the QuickBooks medallion there is green in color. And once we refresh the screen, it'll show there at the bottom. So that transaction has been complete. Of course, you could have a number of transactions in that batch and not just the one. So quickly, next, we're going to intentionally process a transaction that fails. And that, in this case, has failed due to the mapping that we would take care of with your initial setup with the QB Sync. So here it's showing the reason for the error. Just wanted to point out that you have complete visibility when a transaction fails. It's noted both on the project as well as gives you details into why the error occurred. You'll also see that that error pointed out in the income tracker. You see the red medallion there as well, indicating that that transaction failed. So while we're in the income tracker, let's look at the tabs across the top. So for instance, review and update is the list of projects that have that red alert for review and update on a project, meaning that there could be a change between the quote and or job and it needs to be synced. The other buttons, the uninstalled is a list of where the installation is not marked complete and within that date range, and then the installed is projects where the installation is complete. And so whether your organization chooses to create the invoice before the install or after the install, you have visibility there as well. And then the QuickBooks shows all the attempted QuickBooks syncs and the result, again, with those green or red medallions. The date range can also be modified as needed. So that's it. That is QuickBooks Sync using the desktop version. Simply use the web connector service within QuickBooks to complete those transactions. You initiate them in Stoneapp. Stoneapp tracks them, and then use the sync function to transfer the data.